did I decide to do this? Alright, so, in Elden Ring, you've got these things right here. They're called Sites of Lost Grace. They put them every couple hundred feet. They serve as checkpoints, fast travel points, and hubs for you to perform a lot of upgrades for your character. And this challenge is to not use any of them. That means no maidens or maiden substitutes, so no leveling and no horse. No Roundtable Hold either. Not getting the horse means Ronald never shows up at the church to give you the spirit calling bell, so no spirit summons. I can't use Ashes of War, Great Runes, Mix the Wondrous Physic, upgrade my flask, attune spells, or fast travel. I also can't rest at Grace to replenish flasks or set my spawn. I didn't use Stakes of America at all, either. If I die, I go back to my spawn point, regardless of how far away that is. And sometimes that is very, very far away. Well, with all that said, this requires some glitches to be able to pull off. I forgot to put this in the script, but there are 2 graces that I touch throughout the game, and 1 that I do rest at, to be able to pull off the aforementioned glitches. I could skip the entire game and go straight to Farum Azula. If you've seen the 1.03 unrestricted speedruns, you'll know what I'm talking about, but decided I'd rather touch a couple of graces to let me play more of the game. If you don't like that, feel free to file a complaint and I will respond at my earliest convenience in a cordial and mature manner. But I try to follow a normal progression path through the game and not just skip to the end. This was also done before the most recent update, so some of these glitches may have been patched out by now. And if for some reason you want to watch the raw footage, I have an unedited playlist in the description. Going into this, I wanted to try out some new weapons that I haven't used before, so I decided to start as a vagabond and try using the halberd. That was a mistake. The damage is not very good, the halberd is not very fast, and the moveset and hitboxes are, yeah. It's usable, but I don't really like it that much. It's a bit like when you want to go out for dinner, but remember that you don't have any money, so you just eat the store-brand pizza that's been in your freezer for a month because you bought it on sale for $2, and you're not really happy with it, but it's edible. It's that sort of feeling. It's worth bringing attention to the fact that I have very little health and will only have these 3 healing flasks for the entire game. Dying is also kind of disastrous because I have to spend anywhere from like 5 minutes to half an hour running back to where I was. During that, I have to run past a lot of dangerous things that might just kill me. Most of this playthrough was just running around, and it's only going to get worse as time goes on. I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but I am dying relatively frequently and then spending a lot of time running back. Keeping with the theme of bad decisions, I tried to play the game semi-normally and not just sprint past everything and go to the main bosses. I spent quite a while in Limgrave, killing enemies and side bosses, collecting loot, and helping out NPCs. That's the other thing, I am doing NPC quest lines left and right. It's this neat little roleplay thing that gives you that warm and fuzzy feeling inside. I'm teaching everyone that you don't need the guidance of grace, I'm making their lives better. Take Kenny, for instance. I taught him that there are more important things in life than your old fort, like not standing next to cliffs. Except Patches, he doesn't need my help. I go through Limgrave and the Weeping Peninsula, picking up upgrade materials everywhere I can because I can't buy them infinitely in Roundtable Hold. Oh, Arena here wants to visit her dad. That's lovely. I can help with that. And what? I'm sorry? Why does this girl explode? What? Well, she wanted to meet up with her father, so I head to Castle Morn, and I thought this was a shorter fall! Well, I'm not making that trip again. Time for Daryl, Hunter of Walkers. The other thing about playing a game like this is you really get to appreciate some of the design choices that they made. Take this enemy, for instance. For some reason, Bloodhound Knights can just spontaneously decide to cancel their recovery period after an attack. My weapon is slow. I don't have many openings, and maybe 10% of the time the only opening I have isn't safe because the boss just decides that it isn't. When you respawn right outside and can fight them again immediately, it's not as much of a problem as when you have to spend several minutes running back to the fight. And it's not just this boss or this area. Sure, this guy in Limgrave isn't that bad, but when it's the dogs and birds in Caelid, the nightmare of a run-up to Malekith with all the birds and lightning, there are some questionable things that the game justifies by putting a grace before or immediately after. Keep a close eye on the video. I'm going to put a bagel on screen whenever there's something absurd going on. It's time for Stormvale. Getting there in the first place isn't the easiest. I need to run up to the storm gate and get past all these guys. For a while I was killing them to try and get a crossbow to drop, and eventually it does. That's another thing. I wanted to use crossbows a lot for this playthrough. I get to Margit after about 3 hours, and I feel like going back to fighting Margit after Morgott is really difficult because they use the same attacks, but a lot of the timings and combos are the same. And every time I die, I have to run back through Stormgate, back through these guys, through the tunnel, then die again, and do it again. Why did I do this? Anyway, he's dead, and woo! Stormvale Castle, yeah! And, oh, right, anytime I die in Stormvale, I have to to run back from the graveyard. This is only getting started, but I can safely say I never want to do this again. A lot of the times when I finish a challenge, I'll be willing to go back and do it again. Maybe not immediately, but they're usually fun and interesting ways to change up how you play and keep things new and refreshing. I'd recommend trying a good amount of the stuff I've done, maybe not for the whole game, but just as a fun little thing, you know? Not this. I would rather be bound, gagged, and forced to... Was it? What I don't want to do? I'd rather play a MOBA. I don't like MOBAs. I take my runes out of Stormveil Bank, kill Godric, and get to Leyndell, the land of friendship and happiness. There are upgrade materials in most of these buildings dotted throughout the lake, so I run over and pick them all up. The shrimp here are pretty terrifying, but you can stealth around them easily enough. I find this lady, and apparently somebody stole her necklace, and she wants me to kill them to get it back. What? Hell no! I love this guy. He's got shrimp. I'm gonna kill... What? Bird, 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 bird. Fuck. Oh hey, blood rose. Nice. I can use that for... I don't like you. Please stop. Please don't. Please. Okay, but really, please stop following me. Please, please. Thank you. So I noticed pretty early on that the game is kinda dishonest with you. It tells you that killing groups of enemies will replenish flasks, and that's only true in the open world. Inside dungeons, even the big legacy ones, they don't give you back flasks. That makes those a lot harder to get through, and I'm... alive? Oh, hi Mr. Lobster. I'm not here. Have a nice day though. Out in the open world though, I can kill enemies to get my flasks back. That's a large part of why I have the crossbow, to safely kill enemies from a distance. Oh, nice shiny. I'd like... No, but let me through though. Let me... I'm dead from poison. Well, I go help Alexander, go through a journey of self-discovery, assume his place, go shopping for some snazzy armor, and decide to dual-wield S-Stocks because I like the pokey-pokes. Also, the shield penetration on the weapon out is pretty nice. I don't like these enemies. Why am I doing... Oh, he's dead. And we're at EG. I was really excited when I found EG my first playthrough because I thought FromSoft was going back to a Dark Souls 1 style thing where there were various blacksmiths with different usages throughout the world, and I had found EG before going to Roundtable Hold, but no, EG doesn't do anything special and does less than Hugh, and the Roundtable merchant takes the role of selling upgrade materials, so he feels kind of out of place. He does sit by a treasure I would very much like to have, though. Inside King's Realm Ruins is a Royal Revenant, but behind it is a really cool ice rapier that I can wield and use as somber smithing stones to upgrade. I want it a lot, but holy hell, these enemies are nightmares! Like, who the fuck designed the... I'm going to Caelid now, Dragonbearer specifically, for the other half of the Dectus Medallion. I stopped by the Divine Tower because I wanted to kill the Godskin Apostle, but... Alright, well, I am going back there now, and I can finally pull out one of the aces up my sleeve. There are a very small number of ways to change your spawn location without grace, mostly using transporter traps. This one here leads to the cave near Celia, and I am dedicated to exploring Caelid now that I've upgraded my weapons. Bright side, I don't have to travel far. Not so bright side, I have to get past these guys every single time I respawn. Whatever. I head to fight Falling Star Beast, and I am really looking forward to it. I love this boss, in this arena specifically, because it's actually flat, and you're not Falling Star Beast! No! This was actually a really big disappointment for me, coming back here and realizing that they nerfed this boss into the ground. The baby Falling Star Beasts look so much less cool and aren't nearly as much fun as the fully grown ones. Commander O'Neill is struggling a bit, but I get the needle repaired, and alright, that's it. I'm murdering your daughter. Wouldn't have done it if you had just died, but you forced my hand. Yeah, not so funny now, is it? I need to get out of Caelid now, and... The trip is not an easy one. Here, I just get stuck with literally no way out. Whatever, that was the wrong direction. I just need to sneak past. Fuck, he saw me, they all saw me. No, please, no, let me go. No. Remember, no stakes of America. I finally get out, go to the teleporter by the Third Church of America, go to the Dragon Bearer, and I'm poisoned. Cool, guaranteed to die. Whatever, I got the medallion. If you thought that journey was long, now I need to crawl out of Caelid, get past the shrimp, get past the birds, get past the giant dogs. Jesus, these guys are relentless. Get through all of Limgrave, go the back way around Stormveil Castle, go through all of Lyonia, up the cliffs, and get to the Bellum Highway. Then, get past everyone here, including these horse knights. No, please let me sneak by. Stop following me. Get to the Grand Lift, activate it, and start Radahn's Festival. Except, nope, activating the lift doesn't trigger Radahn's Festival. In fact, I'm fairly certain I cannot fight Radahn, and I think the trigger is Lighting a Grace in Altus Plateau. I came back here several times, and at no point was the festival active. There were smithing stones here, though, so I do explore the place. Well, as much as I could, at least. Well, the whole reason I came here was to fight Radahn, so now I need to crawl out of Caelid again and set my spawn to Mistwood by using the transporter trap next to Patches. Now, the route is running out of Limgrave through the path around Stormveil to Lasgar Ruin, take the transporter to the Raya Lucaria entrance, then go in there. Then run through all of Raya Lucaria. This was a mess. Red Wolf gave me a bit of trouble, mostly this magic attack right here. I upgrade my weapons a bit more, try this again, and god, this enemy, I am going to go to Japan and find out whose idea this was. Red Wolf, please die. No, back to Limgrave. Red Wolf, please die. No, back to Limgrave. Red Wolf, dead! Ding dong, the dog is dead! Go burn in hell like you belong! Straight on to Renala. No flasks, no health after Mooncrim stabs me. If I die, and I have to do the run back here again. I kill her in one go in phase 1, then... Alright, it's just me and my crossbow. It's slow, but that's fine. I know how to dodge everything, just run around. I feel fine with anything except the melee attacks. I try to Scarlet Rot her, but that's not working. Just dodge. No, dodge. She can't hit me. Everything is going amazingly. I'm never gonna have to run back to Raya Lucaria again. Look, we're back. She's dead. I don't feel happiness, it's just emptiness. But I can finally leave and move on. But now we're happy because killing Renala sets my spawn point here to Lyonia, so I never have to run back out of Limgrave ever again. I just need to go to the teleporter at the top of Raya Lucaria, and I'm at the Turtle Church, and the Pope is in my sights. That's way too much health, I guess you're fine. Fun fact, nothing I've done so far is a sin. John here is a pretty cool guy that gives me smithing stones, so I help him out at Raya Lucaria. I go to the Ruin-Strewn Precipice to pick up even more smithing stones, get the ones in Korea Manor, and what is the delay in the tracking on that? Jesus, this game really is Dark Souls 2 too. I go down to the Ant Colony to pick up even more smithing stones and Aeonian butterflies, then go back to Altus to face another Falling Star Beast for smithing stones. It's not the smoothest, he does one-shot me, and I'm trying to see if Scarlet Rot is effective. It's not, with a normal crossbow, but I kill it and head on to the capital outskirts. Yeah, these two need to die. I'm not running past these two every time I want to go in here. Thankfully, they're weak to Scarlet Rot and Poison, and they also can't reach you if you stand up here, so I slowly take them out. I go to collect more smithing stones, get this guy to break the statue, and try to navigate back once he isn't aggroed to me. Except, nope, this is the Great Hollow apparently, freshly greased branches. For going to the capital, it's actually faster to run backwards through Raya Lucaria and then use the entrance to go to the Bellum Highway. The problem is that running backwards through Raya Lucaria is, not the easiest. I go to the various tunnels and caves in Altus Plateau with upgrade materials, then decide that it's time to move on. There is another way to change my spawn point, and that is to die to the Virgin at the bottom of Raya Lucaria. He is my ticket to Mount Gelmir and Volcano Manor. I get past the two virgins in the basement cave, then pick up the Poly Crossbow, which I am very excited about. It upgrades with Somber Stones, which is awesome, and it's this game's version of the Avalon. Hello, Mr. Bear, do you mind if... Thanks, sorry for bothering you. From this point, it's actually possible to go straight into Volcano Manor by falling down here. It eats away most of my flasks, but it's so much faster than trying to run around. I take out Godskin Noble with some difficulty. You can't, that's not... Respect the pillar! Dead. Onto Vikard, and... Oh boy. This attack, right here, how do you dodge this? Seriously, anybody watching this, please, how do you dodge this? You can't iframe it, you can't run away. If I put literally everything in defense, I can block it a single time. Mostly because of that attack, I resorted to stun locks and upgrading the weapon as much as possible, which meant running out of Volcano Manor, out of Mount Gelmir, then back out of Altus, and then back through Lyonia to Iji. While I was leaving, I decided I'd try to buy the cookbook for poison cures from the merchant in Limgrave. The problem is I need to get through Stormveil Castle backwards, and that's not very easy. But I take it slow, pick everyone off with my crossbow, and why? Why are there so many ballista? Whatever, I get back, my weapon is upgraded, I kill Rykard, and I use a sacrificial twig and fetid pots to kill myself so I can keep the runes. Then I go to explore Mount Gelmir. I picked up the Icon Shield in Altus Plateau, so now I can actually heal slowly over time. It's very helpful to have, but it won't stop the one-shots. Thankfully, the boss in this dungeon is much easier than the random knight. I head out to go to church, and... Oh, it's this guy. You failed? Oh. Hey, you seem like a nice enough girl, and... that's a lot of dragon. I like dragons. Dragons are pretty cool. Do you want to talk about this? I'm open for dinner tonight, too. You like killing people, I like killing... Well, as long as the dog doesn't show up, we can sit down and have a nice chat to work through our differences. Every time I want to go to Altus, I need to run past this guy and his giant skeleton of death, whose hitboxes play perfectly with elevation changes. Foul tarnished. You dare approach the ladder of the great grafted scion of Mount Gelmir. Your suffering. Wah! It's Falling Snow Beast time. The real one. I love this boss. Not really in this arena though. The size of it and the elevation inconsistencies are a little bit annoying. I really loved it in that one cave, but whatever. God, it's just so cute and it's so satisfying to dodge. Its face looks so fluffy. The only thing that was throwing me off was this attack right here in phase 2. I don't remember the gravity pull being there. I learned this boss a while ago, and I don't know if it's a spacing thing or if I just happened to be rolling it back then or if it was bugged and then fixed, but it kept snagging me with the pull and then the AoE. I finally get to show off the Poly Crossbow though, and I love this thing. With status debuffs being very powerful in Elden Ring, and the Poly Crossbow effectively hitting 3 times in rapid succession, and being able to do that quickly, you can build up status effects very easily. However, spending some time on the Fextra Life wiki, it seemed to me that either I am grossly misunderstanding something, the numbers on the wiki are wrong, or the numbers in the game are wrong. Like, fully grown Falling Snow Beast here is listed as having 252 poison resistance. The bolts each deal 66 poison buildup, so I would expect him to get debuffed after 2 bursts of 3 bolts. That's 396 poison buildup. Okay, well, I'm gonna come in here again in post. I'll intimate with my microphone because it's late at night, because I found an even better showcase of the values not making any sense. Here, it takes 4 bursts to poison him, and only a single bolt out of the 12 of them missed. Either his resistance is not 254, or these bolts do not deal 66 points of buildup. Regardless of that, I finish him off. Side note, I think a Falling Snow Beast plushie would be really cute and I would buy that. Miyazaki, George, are you listening? Get on that. Back in the capital outskirts, I spotted another friend off in the distance and asked them for some help. Just some homeless explosive shot at them and slow down please, you don't need to come that fast, and we're out. I have zero qualms about using save and quits when I have to climb out of the pits of Volcano Manor every single time I want to get here. It's Puff, the Magic Draconic Tree Sentinel time. And for more evidence, these guys are listed as having 154 poison resist, but it takes 2 bursts and not 1. Similarly, 254 bleed, but 6 bolts of 50 don't cause it to bleed, 9 bolts don't do it, hell, 12 bolts don't do it. In any case, I snipe him down with my Poly Crossbow. I start using this thing fairly heavily now because it's really fun to use and because it's generally safer than melee. Still not that safe though. Here we have a rare treat, a female Runeclaw bear raising one of its cubs. Nature's lumbering giant is gentle and peaceful, so long as you take care not to disturb— Fuck, it saw me! Ah! Seriously, the reload sound design and animation on this thing is so satisfying. I feel like they absolutely nailed the feeling for this weapon. It's not painfully slow like the Avalon was in some of the previous games. There's no forced reload animation on crossbows, and the debuff buildup is incredible. I could gush about this thing all day. Oh yeah, and this is as far as I can go without touching Grace. Fun fact, this door will tell you that you need to get more Great Runes when you actually need to go to Roundtable Hold. I have 3 Great Runes, you only need 2. Now it's time for both of the 2 Graces that I need to touch. I need to execute a wrong warp to glitch into the capital. To do that, I need to teleport to a Grace that's bugged such that you spawn on unstable ground that the game doesn't think is a valid place to load in. That is Perfumer's Grotto. Next, I need to put myself in the capital and be able to teleport. To do that, I need to go to the Tower of Return in the Weeping Peninsula, use the trapped chest, and then rest at the Grace in the capital to allow myself to fast travel. Then I just fast travel to the Grotto, save and quit, and I'm in the capital. The game doesn't know where to put me, so it puts me back to the last location it remembered me being in, and then in the default location, which is the beginning of the area. That is the most parsimonious way I could find to do this that didn't just skip straight to Farum Azula. One small thing though, these 2 locations are on the complete other side of the world. This is gonna take a while. Also, once I go in, I can't come back out easily. The way this is gonna work is that essentially my spawn will be at the beginning of Leyndell, and I can't get back in unless I do more fast travel or rest of the Grace in Leyndell, which is against the rules that I set. So I make sure to do all of the upgrading and resource gathering that I want beforehand. Pulling out even more from my bag of tricks, I stop by McDonald's, pop a cap and Officer Big Mac, and pledge my service to Ronald, because this will set my spawn here. I need to talk to Grimace, the Hamburglar, and Sunday first, but he finally lets me leave. More importantly, this is right next to Kingswell Ruins, where this wonderful enemy is. I am at the airport, boarding my flight to Japan. Dodging these enemies requires you to roll into their attacks, but with the strange timings, relentless hitboxes, tiny arena, and teleporting, that makes this a very difficult thing to do. Yes, you can easily kill them with healing spells, but I can't attune spells because I can't use Grace. Alright, fine, since FromSoft made this enemy and they love Ronald so much, I'll shoot him! Right now! Happy now? He's gone! go back to fighting the Revenant, and I win. He's dead. Whatever. I don't even care anymore. I get the Ice Rapier and upgraded. This thing is really cool, and I like it a lot. It can shoot a projectile, it deals purely physical damage, and it's a somber upgrade path. This thing is awesome. I also make sure to hunt plenty of bones to craft bolts with using high explosives on the local wildlife, and I pick up the Source Seal from Fort Feroth. I didn't use it much, but I wanted it just in case. I need to run back through Stormvale again, down to the Weeping Peninsula, and open the chest in the Tower of Return. And we're in. Just need to sit here, fast travel here, save and quit, and done. Like I said, this was done in the previous patch. This specific wrong warp I think was fixed. I didn't explore Leyndell all that thoroughly, but I pick up any upgrade materials and useful items that I come across. Also, because my spawn point is Perfumer's Grotto, I can just save and quit when I die to get back to Leyndell. For running through, you want to sprint past the boys, jump on the roof, do some parkour, head on down, sneak around the terrifying Lightning Knight, sneak around the next terrifying Lightning Knight, then run up to Godfrey. At first I was trying to use the Poly Crossbow for some reason, but as soon as I switched to the more comfortable S-Stock, I killed him. It's just much easier to punish him and control the fight that Well, it sure is a good thing I didn't accidentally light the grace that spawned on top of me as I was pressing Y to get rid of the pop-up for the talisman pouch. I sure hope that doesn't happen during an extremely annoying boss fight later and I'll have to panic Alt F4 and redo the fight.
You are now entering
an alternate reality, one where I choose to fight Morgott. Doing this will softlock with this rule set because the only way out of the boss room is to rest at the grace. That's not going to stop me though. I run past his Black Knife Guardian, cock back, and prepare to unleash hell on him. Just ignore these, none of this is real, this isn't a canon universe. Fun fact, whoever this lady is summonable for the fight, no idea why though. Well, when Morgott dies, some interesting things happen. Firstly, you get stuck in this room until you rest at the grace. Secondly, the scripted cutscene where Melina gives you the medallion for the lift does not happen because I haven't met her. Resting here will disable the fog wall, but it won't give me the medallion. I just thought that was a neat little thing that happens. Back to the real world. I go down to the sewers and get upgrade materials and kill Mohg. This place is hell to run through though. You normally only have to do it once because there's a grace right before Mohg. Not this time though. I need to go past these guys every single time. I can't even, that guy needs to be in the Olympics. What? Mohg does not go down easily, but I load him up with enough bolts to bring him down. Now it's time for my master plan. I can leave Leyndell, through the sewers, go through Deep Root Depths, sit in the coffin, go to Angel River, pick up more butterflies in the Lake of Ra, and then go up the lift to Lyonia and go to Farum Azula from the 4 belfries. I just need to, God damn it, Morgott! This is the real timeline, where Morgott is still alive. I really wanted to go down there, but okay. Similarly, I can't go to the mountaintops because Morgott blocks the path. Well, I head down to Farum Azula by going to the 4 belfries and doing the same wrong warp glitch. And boy, this place is not fun to run through, and what's my reward? I get through everything, and it's these two? Cool. Mixer bolts, bleed, and normal. I completely ignore Apostle because, yeah, we're cool, and I just pick off Noble with my crossbow. He's very easy to hit when stuck rolling against a pillar. The problem is, Godskin Noble is a hacker and randomly decides to cancel his animations. He also randomly decides to not get blocked by pillars. This is extremely slow going because, as fun as the Poly Crossbow is, it is not good damage. Whatever. It takes forever, but I use the last of my Cold Bone bolts. I snipe Godskin Noble from afar with Magic Bone bolts. They're dead. They're dead! They're not dead anymore. I had to Alt F4 and force quit the game, otherwise I would have touched the grace. I go restock on ammo and head in with poison as the strategy this time. Thankfully, we are getting there, and have you learned nothing, you stubborn fool? I have no heart, and so cannot be broken. If it's not obvious, I am well past the point of having fun doing this. I just want to be done. And now we're getting to the really painful part. The area from Godskin Duo to Malekith is an absolute nightmare. To start out, you need to get past these guys throwing the homing discs at you, which is not easy. My strategy is to round this corner, wait up here for him to turn around, then jump, go through this doorway, and jump to this outstretched pillar to avoid aggroing the other ones. Then you need to jump past this Crucible Knight, that's easy enough, and then, oh god, no, not the birds, please, not the birds! There's like 10 of them here shoved in this narrow pathway while lightning is being shot at you all over the place and you're also in water! The birds are faster than you, trying to kill them is a mess, and all the falls are just long enough so you stagger on hitting the ground so the birds can catch up to you. Then you need to get past them, run past this dragon, get past all these beastmen, and you're probably going to fall to your death at least once here, and then you finally get to the Draconic Tree Sentinel, and if he does bad RNG, he'll run up and melee you through the fog wall. And then, you know, you need to actually kill Malekith. I quickly decided that I was absolutely not doing this cold. I went in on another character, killed Godskin Duo, and then went to practice dodging Malekith. I got his attacks down pretty well, and then started trying on this character. That doesn't mean it went well, though. Firstly, Beast Clergyman's shrapnel attack comes out from off to one side so he can snipe you from around pillars. Malekith will guaranteed one-shot me, and I don't deal much damage to him, so this is not a fast fight and I can't get hit once. Also, there are fun little quirks that happen, like this, where Malekith, instead of jumping backwards, gets caught on a pillar so his projectiles have a different travel time than what I've learned. Overall, I do like Malekith a lot, and if the run up to him wasn't horrendous, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. I died a lot on the run up. I got to learn a lot of fun things about his AI, like how this attack is distance-based. If you dodge into him when he slams into the ground, he'll do a leap backwards instead of a double spin in the AoE in front of him. I think it took about 3 hours, but I put the last few bullets in him and set the Erd Tree on fire. And now we're in Leyndell, capital of Ash. I upgrade my weapons as much as I can, and whoops, can't go to the mountaintops because the path is blocked now. Whatever, nothing fun was over there anyways. I was hoping that the capital of Ash would disable the Morgott barrier because Morgott no longer exists, but no, I still can't go to the Three Fingers area past Moog. I'm gonna guess this is tied to either the event that happens when Morgott dies or to acquiring his Great Rune, because there's no other way for me to get past this now. This is gonna be kind of awkward, but who are you? Have we met before? I don't think we've met. Hi, I'm Sorbet. What? Was that about your daughter? No, I've never met her. I'm surprised anyone would have sex with... Oh, she's adopted. Well, I'm sure you'll be a worthy opponent in our battle list. I can't say that with a straight face. Yeah, Gideon can't do anything if you keep attacking him. Man's got no poison, all his attacks are slow. He can't even heal. Well, that was a strange fellow. On to the Elden Throne to face the King of Leyndell, Morgott. Oh, you're not Morgott. Look, right there! Morgott is dead. Disable your damn barriers. Oh, you seem like a cool dude. Your daughter? No, I would never kill anybody's daughter, or anybody for that matter. Murder is not cool.
Did you think me defeated? You are nothing but a puppet, a fool.
I need to stop doing these Gravemind quotes, they are hurting my throat a lot. Godfrey's phase 2 makes me a little bit uncomfortable because it's very in your face and it does take me a while to kill him because my damage is not good and he almost always one-shots me. I slap on Gideon's clothes and the Ritual Shield Talisman and that lets me take a single weak attack. And after a while, I iron out a pretty good strategy. Start with poisoning him, shooting him from the fog wall, and then lay into him as he approaches. Then go melee, getting in his face with the frozen needle and using the heavy attack projectile whenever he does this. In phase 2, switch to the bleed bolts and gun down the finest warrior from Whoville. And again, the reload on this thing feels and looks amazing, I love it. And we're on to Radagon, and I'll be honest, at this point I was pretty exhausted and wanted this to just be over. I had zero interest in actually fighting him, so I did the AI break cheese because it's pretty fun. You run up to him immediately and point blank him with a bow. I don't know if this was patched yet, but it avoids a huge headache and it's pretty fun to do. Still need to kill Elden Beast though, and the only one of his attacks that's a problem is this. Again, like with Vycode, please anyone, how the hell do you dodge this attack? Not using Bloodhound Step with the Crimson World tier because both of those will require a Grace to equip, and not staggering him out of it either. I have a Rapier, that's terrible stagger damage. With how little health I have, it was damn near guaranteed that I'd die from chip damage. I think the successful attempt was the only time I didn't die to it. I just got lucky with RNG running through it, and I slapped on all the holy defense I could, and it still came pretty close to killing me. Well, he's dead. Elden Beast plushie 2, that'd be cute. Falling Star and Elden Beast. And now, without an invitation from Melina, I get sent to Roundtable Hold. And things are pretty weird here. It seems like I can't get Roderica to start spirit tuning because Hugh has lost his memory already. Ensha is still here, Rogier is alive, Fia is here, Corvin is here, and from the Shrine Husks I can buy the Wondrous Physic, I can buy the Wolf Ashes and Bell, a Memory Stone, the Talisman Pouch that you normally get from the Finger Lady, the Whetstone Knife, and Gideon's Spells. Well, at the end of it all, this is what the map looked like. Couldn't go to the mountaintops, and the only grace that I lit that's still on the map is in Perfumer's Grotto. The game automatically lights the one in the graveyard to avoid soft locking the game. For instance, if you ran to Vycode's arena and touched the grace there without touching any other grace, there would be no way out unless the game automatically lit this one. The game also automatically lights Malekith's grace, otherwise there would be no way to get back to Farum Azula after you left. The Divine Bridge grace that I sat at in Leyndell gets erased after you cover the place in ash, and other than those, the map is beautiful and grace-free. And holy hell, this challenge sucked! Don't do this ever for any reason!
Well, somebody here was not very happy with being woken up at 5 in the afternoon and put on a bagel. I've been editing this video for so long at this point, I can't tell if it's, like, kind of funny or just absolutely terrible. I mean, I've basically watched it probably 40 or 50 times at this point. It's 5 in the morning. I've been doing this for like 12 hours straight at this point. Actually, no, probably like 16 hours straight. I need to go to sleep. But if it's anything like the other videos I've made. It'll probably be... Don't go on... You need to go back in your tank.